Hello and welcome to this week's Facebook Live. Today is a bit of a dull day, first day after the holidays back at the office, and it looks like at least we're getting a break from the heat. So thank you very much for joining the live today. Today we're going to talk about how to improve your blog posts when you see that they're not getting enough traffic. Now, this can be quite a common problem, you know. In the beginning, it's very common to experience low traffic, especially if your frequency is not very high. However, there are sure ways of making sure that if you keep it consistent, your traffic will start picking up and also the attention that you get from your audience. You may have tried to write so that your audience gets to know you a little bit better. Maybe you're trying to position yourself, and perhaps the results have been a little bit too small, or maybe you're noticing some anomalies. One thing I noticed recently, actually this week, I was looking at the YouTube page of an up-and-coming influencer. She's not from this part of the world, so you know her target audience is totally different. However, I noticed that she had 1,700 followers on her YouTube channel. But the surprising thing was that each video was getting about 24, maybe a maximum of 50 views. And of course, the numbers don't seem to add up. This is a sign that something is not quite right. So maybe she's not niching enough. Maybe she's not delivering what she promises. So perhaps her titles maybe are not so closely connected to what you actually find when you click on them. It is very sort of mysterious when you see these things. However, when you see that your audience is not responding the way you'd like them to, there is always a reason. And you can usually rectify the problem by going back to the drawing board and looking at your strategy and making sure that every single piece of content you produce fits in with the strategy and fits in with your ideal target audience. Another important thing you need to check out is your titles. No matter how good the quality of your content is, if your audience is actually not enticed to click on those posts and not enticed to actually click through to your blog posts, then you're going to have problems. So in the beginning, it might be a little bit difficult to get really catchy titles, but it's important that you spend a little bit more time than you do on other stuff to perhaps just perfect your titles a little bit and improve them. You may also want to do a bit of research. So you could look around and you could perhaps, jot down the 20 best titles you found in a day so that you start perhaps getting an idea to notice patterns on which post titles actually get clicked the most. So this is a little bit of homework for you to go out and do. So improving your titles is going to be very important. The next thing is going to be to perhaps get an editor or maybe learn how to edit your blog posts yourself. Now, it's extremely important because this is the polishing part of the work. It's important that your work looks polished, that the grammar is correct, that there are no spelling mistakes, that all the links take you to the right place, there are no broken links. It's important that you have the right format. So a good editor, or if you learn to do it yourself, you can actually look at maybe shortening the sentences in the beginning of your post, which tends to keep people reading longer. It tends to make things perhaps a little bit punchier. You can also add quotes or sources, and of course add the right credits to the photos and also to the content to make your articles sound more authoritative. Well, if editing your own blog post is something you have trouble with so far, don't worry too much about it. Actually, that is one of the things that I focus on with my clients a lot. And in fact, I have created a freebie for you, which I'm going to make available with the blog post for today. So today's freebie, at the end of the blog post, after you click through, I will actually put it underneath the video. You will be able to have a checklist on how to edit your blog post yourself. Or if you're looking to find an editor, then you can also do that. The next point on how to improve your blog post is to optimize your blog articles for search engines. And why is this important? This is important because it's going to help you with your relevance. It will help you place your content in front of people who are looking specifically for that kind of content. So of course it's going to increase the traffic to your blog post, and it's also going to increase relevance traffic to your blog post, because it's one of those things where if you find a blog post that you are specifically looking for, you can immediately recognize it from the title. So all you need to do then, from then on, is make sure that your blog posts are highly relevant to your titles, and then they are SEO'd for search engines. And you will be closing the loop that way, because you'll be hitting relevance and you'll be placing your content in front of people who can actually find it and are actually actively looking for it. So if SEO is one of those things that you would really like to get more into, I am actually going to do a more in-depth post about this next week. So if you're looking forward to learning more about SEO, even if you're not technical, hang on in there, because I'll be providing more content soon. The fifth point I have for you today is to actually craft your story. We all have an authentic story to talk about. Some people might think that it's maybe not exciting enough. However, every business and every brand has a story. And in reality, a story is anything that your customers can relate to, anything that you feel, would stir some kind of emotion. For instance, my story could be the way I leaned out my business and built an online business that helps me, have flexible hours and spend more time with my family, be a better mom. This is part of the story, which would inject a little bit of emotion, and it's of course entirely true. It's one of those things where you need to decide which part of your business is actually relevant to the audience you're talking to, and perhaps put a bit of focus on the human aspect of that particular story. And this will help you connect to your audience, and it will also help you find more relevance and more connection. The sixth point I have for you today is, if you want to increase the traffic to your blog post and relevance, it's important that you spend time on social media. You need to spend time on social media in order to see who the people that are following you are, how they engage, learn to engage with them and be present. It's important that you share your blog posts. Actually, it is extremely important that you create content sets or content packs for each piece of content you create, because what can happen as well is being consistent is important, but promoting consistently is almost more important, because if you're spending a lot of time writing articles and creating videos and then you don't spend enough time promoting them, then of course you are losing a big chunk of the traffic. In fact, this is probably a very key aspect to why people who are just starting off with their blog are actually not getting too much traffic. So, if you're just starting out, try to find the best posts, the ones that got more engagement in social media, and perhaps turn them into an advert, put them in front of more people. And you will see that more people will learn about your blog and more people will follow you. So if you like today's videos, I invite you to go to my blog, which is stephaniefitani.com/blog, and read the article, which will later carry this video. Like I said, all the 6 points I had for you today will be listed there. So you don't need to remember anything. You can just go and read the blog post that accompanies this video. And if you're interested in learning how to edit your own posts to make them sound more professional and maybe even grow your audience, you will find the link at the bottom of the post. So thank you very much for following today's Facebook Live, and I will see you next week, where we will talk about search engine optimization. Bye.